Good afternoon, and what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Wednesday the 22nd of March. I've got a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to unbox. Comes very nice and easily. And inside, I've got that. Which is Crimson King, a scenario for RuneQuest Roleplaying Glorantha, available from the Johnstown Compendium. A RuneQuest adventure by Nick Brook. This is a follow-up, I suppose, of the next scenario he's written after Black Spear. The wall on which the goddess wrote is cracking at the seams. Upon the instruments of death and red moonlight brightly gleams. When every mask is torn apart with nightmares and with dreams, will no one claim the laurel wreath when silence drowns the screams? It's a great cover, sense of action, sense of danger and urgency, and inside, and of course this is heavily influenced by King Crimson, a prog rock band of the 1970s. It's all sort of going, I gather, but we have prose poetry from both William Butler Yeats and in-game from the fourth inspiration of Monsoon, the Red Emperor, the full list of references there, so you can go and check those out. And then we get into the information. So you've got you can get high resolution printable maps and plans, etc., available to download. And you've got the table of contents. So Crimson King, because essentially there's the blurb in there doesn't tell you what it is a semi-freeform RuneQuest scenario which premiered at the first Chaosium Con, held in Ann Arbor, Michigan, USA in April 2022. Although written as one-shot and standalone convention game, it can be used in a regular RuneQuest campaign. Players take on the roles of most senior leaders of the Lunar Empire, attending a social dinner party on the Red Moon when a coup erupts. Opposed by rival lunar factions, they eventually discover what's really going on. Now, Nick Brook and co have formed with this, having produced a big freeform which is also available on the drive-through RPG on the Johnstown Compendium, beginning with a rough guide to Glamour and its sequels, and they all together form essentially a sourcebook for both the Lunar Empire, notable figures of the Lunar Empire, and also a freeform for 50 players. So as I say, the scenario reworks elements from other Johnstown Compendium books, a rough guide to Glamour, and a Life of Monsoon book on the characters. So you can reference those, but basically for more information. But this is still a standalone product. So where in the world does this take place? This literally takes place on the Red Moon, somewhere where you don't expect to be going. So, and that's the power, it's essentially of one-shots, that you can do things that you wouldn't normally do in a campaign. So, here is the Moon Palace, where the player characters will be going for a nice evening out. I say nice. Floor plans of the palace. We've got spoilers. I'll hide those. So basically, that's nicely informing the game master up front. It's one of the things I find is that, like, if you don't, if you're writing a scenario, you kind of need to inform the game master what's going on, and then essentially we've got game master advice there on how to run the scenario. and essentially further information, including answering the question, what year is it? Essentially guide to running it in the default year for RuneQuest Roleplaying in Glorantha, which is 1625, but there's guidance here as well for running it in other periods. Then we get into Act 1. Essentially set up with how to do things, how to set it up. You distribute the characters, have some party games. Completely weird as far as they kind of go. Basically illustrations of the party that's going on. And then the alarm on what happens next. This sets up sort of like the scenario, and you have the Red Emperor there himself. And we have, let's have a look. Yeah, we have the player characters here. So Jariel, the Razoress, and these are all inspired by different. Essentially, you've got a list of inspirations, and even if you go through the supplement. Life of Monsoon, Book 1, the characters, you'll see a lot of them are inspired in their modern incarnation by various movie and film actors and actresses. So you've got each one, you've got an explanation of who they are, and then who you know, secret fears, and rune power. You even got the Red Emperor himself, who may or may not be Elvis. He certainly looks like it. And that's Sean Bean. So it's up to the player character to decide whether or not he survives the scenario. And then we've got the second act, and we've got basically a plot path. Advice here on resolving encounters, particular skills they might have, so on, developing pushing the scenario a bit further forward. And then opportunities for villainous monologues. Various arcana which come into play. Spoilers. And then we've got John Somro's artwork in full glory, unadorned by lettering. And then Act 3, see how it all plays out. If we've got an explanation of what's going on, we've got the King of the Moon, and further locations. It's difficult to sort of tell quite what's going on because it looks to be quite a complex scenario in terms of its focus. And then we've got a final confrontation, the final countdown, the big boss fight, and then epilogue back to reality. So we have a complete timeline, notes and fragments, background and so on the scenario and so on, notes on the characters, and further poetry. Briefing cards for the player characters. And then we've got a list of various items available from the Johnstown Compendium. some of which I've reviewed, some of which I haven't. Those two I haven't. I do have copies, and I will get to them. But yeah, that's Crimson King, a very high level storytelling stroke freeform scenario for RuneQuest role-playing Glorantha. You know, this is events that sort of like, for the most part, your player characters in your standard kind of campaign are never going to be involved in, other than really kind of playing this as a one-shot, because you are playing the movers and shakers of the Lunar Empire. So, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you have, do please click on the like button down below, and of course if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a package containing a book or game which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do hit the subscribe button. Thanks again for watching. I'll be back again soon with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.